Hey guys, it's Juan again from Physique Transformation Academy, and today I want to chat with you guys about the surgeries that I had. So, I took a month off training. Many of you guys noticed that I was absent from posting training videos, posting progress pictures, and post-show 4 weeks after, I decided to get 2 surgeries. Now, they weren't that I had a disease or that I had an injury. I grew up a fat kid. I grew up very overweight throughout my teen years. And unfortunately from that, I developed something called pseudo-gynecomastia. I'm sure it's partly genetic, partly not proper eating, and partly just being fat as a kid. What that is gynecomastia is something that it looks like female breast tissue on a male. Now, some people develop it with a hard lump, so this is due to just hormone imbalances. Other people develop just kind of like that shape where you accumulate fat in the lower part of your pecs, and unfortunately, it's something that has plagued me my whole life. Now, this can be common in bodybuilding and steroid users as well, due to an imbalance of hormones like estrogen. But mine didn't come from that. Mine, unfortunately, again, just came from ever since I was a child. So I'm going to post some pictures here so you guys can see. And it always made my chest look like it was almost like boobs. I hated it. I always thought that if I started working out, that it would leave in time. And it did. It actually made it better, growing my pecs, growing the upper part of my pecs. But unfortunately, even after I lost the body fat, I still had some loose skin there, and I still had that accumulation that always bothered me. And it looked, again, like just a lower part of fat, and it just didn't shape the pecs nicely. I was always embarrassed to take off my shirt in public ever since I was a child. Even now to this day, when my body fat got a little bit higher, I hated that look. And from that, I would definitely say it traumatized me. And unfortunately, these are traumas that I've had to deal with my entire life. But thanks to those traumas, I've found a way to deal with them, and it was thanks to bodybuilding. And that's what's always driven me to be the best bodybuilder I can be. I love it, but it came from that desire to wanting to change my physique so bad because I was so unhappy with it as a child. So I decided to get gynecomastia surgery to reshape the pecs. Again, I didn't have a lump there or anything. It was just the way my chest was shaped. I also, from being a fat kid, I had some loose skin in my lower abdomen. Now, even though I lost the weight when I was 15 years old, I always thought, hey, it should tighten up in time, and it never did. Unfortunately, over 15 years later, it's been about 17 years since I lost the weight, I still had that lower abdomen skin there that's always bothered me. And when I'm on stage, you can tell in certain shots. And I hated it. And I wanted to get that removed. So I also had abdominoplasty surgery with Dr. Kreitstein out of Toronto. I'm going to post some pictures so you can see the before and after. Now, it wasn't anything drastic that, I thankfully, just through bodybuilding and training and time, things have gotten better, but it always bothered me. And I keep telling people, whether I was a bodybuilder or not, whether I got on stage or not, this is something I would have liked to get done regardless, because it always bothered my head, and it's something that helps my self-esteem a lot. So now I'm super happy with the results, and now that I can continue my bodybuilding journey, I'm back to training. I'm back to being able to put on some muscle so I can display my physique again on stage in a few years. But I'm super, super happy with it. So plastic surgery is not something that I recommend to anybody, really, unless they feel like it's truly going to help them get rid of a lot of the negative thoughts they may have about their look. And they've also tried every other avenue naturally. If you told me, hey, you can get rid of that look or that gynecomastia or that lower ab skin by just doing more cardio, by training harder, by dieting longer, I would. I 100% would. I wouldn't have chosen surgery. But unfortunately, it's been so many years, and I got to a point where I saw, okay, no matter how much dieting I do, no matter how much muscle I gain, this is something that will never be fixed, just naturally. And thankfully to modern medicine, I was able to get that procedure done. And again, now I'm super, super happy with it. Now, the recovery process was rough. With the gynecomastia, it wasn't actually too bad. I knew that I couldn't train for a minimum of 3 weeks, but I was, I knew that I could probably move around a little bit, maybe start training legs a little bit earlier. But with the abdominoplasty, that one hurt a lot because you engage your abs for every single thing that you do. So getting out of bed was probably one of the worst things ever, with extremely sharp pain. And even though it was a minor procedure, gosh, it was one of the most painful things I've experienced. So I had to take almost 5 weeks completely off training. Now, I'm telling you, just because I'm so driven, every morning I would still get up to do cardio. I only missed cardio one time. I couldn't move much, so it wasn't hard cardio, but I would get on my spin bike and pedal as fast as I possibly could, which at times was actually very, very slow. But I would try to break a sweat when I could. I would go on walks. I was aiming for 15,000 steps a day. I would go on hour and a half long walks, even if they were extremely slow. I was able to get them done, even when there was snow, even when there was raining. I made it a goal that I would not let myself get out of shape, and I would maintain all my progress. Now, in this time frame, I had one cheat meal that was something already planned, but I stuck to my diet 100%. And at times I wanted to cheat. I wanted to stray off plan, but I focused hard on not getting fat and not straying off plan. So I wanted to share my journey with you guys because I know a lot of you guys also suffer from similar things. And I want to tell you it's okay. None of our bodies are perfect. And even now, my body's far from perfect. And I see it as far from perfect. I just look at my flaws. But it's something that really helped me and my self-esteem feel better. And if there's something that you feel you worked super hard for, and unfortunately, just you might not be able to do without plastic surgery. Again, maybe you were fat in the past. Maybe you were dealing with some sort of trauma from past decisions in your life. Don't be ashamed or afraid to look into how you can fix that. Thanks again for watching, guys. Let me know if you have any questions at all.